friends, welcome to Law and GK. So friends, on this channel we discuss the contents of law and previous year papers of judicial services and other legal exams. So friends, in today's video we are going to discuss all the questions of international law, jurisprudence and GK of Uttarakhand Judicial Services from the year 2002 to 2022, मतलब पास 20 साल के पेपर जितने हमने डिस्कस कर लिए हैं ऑलरेडी. सो फ्रेंड्स, इस वीडियो से पहले हमने जितने भी सारे सब्जेक्ट्स थे उत्तराखंड जुडिशियल सर्विसेज के हम सारे डिस्कस कर लिए हैं एंड दिस इज द लास्ट वीडियो ऑफ दिस सीरीज़. एंड इस वीडियो में हमने इंटरनेशनल लॉ, ज्यूरिस और जीके के जो क्वेश्चंस हैं वो सारे इकट्ठे कर दिए हैं बिकॉज इतने क्वेश्चंस नहीं थे कि हम पर्टिकुलर वीडियो बनाएं. सो फ्रेंड्स, इफ़ यू आर न्यू ऑन दिस चैनल, आई वुड लाइक टू रिकमेंड कि आप जो है इस चैनल को जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए बिकॉज इट विल बी वेरी बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू इन प्रिपरेशन फॉर जुडिशरी एंड अदर लीगल एग्जाम्स. And while subscribing, don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get the notification for our upcoming videos. And if you like this video, just click the like button over there and appreciate this with your friends so that they can come to know about this channel as well. And अगर आपको हमारे efforts अच्छे लगे हों तो in addition to like and subscribe, kindly give us a super thanks. Super thanks is a way to help the content creator. Means if you like the videos, you can just donate some money to them in form of tips. Minimum starts with 20. Minimum is 20 rupees. Next is 5. Rwanda International Criminal Tribunal has been established as per resolution of Security Council. देखिए उस टाइम की बात है, हो सकता है उस टाइम पर ये रिसेंट न्यूज़ में हो. 2002 की बात है, 20 साल पुरानी. Next is 6. A state is and become an international person by recognition only is claimed by constitutive theory. B is the answer. Next is 7. इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल कोर्ट इज़ टू बी लोकेटेड एट इज़ टू बी है. देखिए उस टाइम में बना था ये, तो कहाँ पर ये हेग में है, ICJ के पास ही. सी इसका आंसर रहेगा. नेक्स्ट इज 8. विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट द फंक्शन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक एंड सोशल काउंसिल. प्रमोशन ऑफ इकोनॉमिक एंड सोशल डेवलपमेंट. यस, ये है. बेटर स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑफ ह्यूमन वेलफेयर, सुपरविजन कंट्रोल फंक्शन ऑफ स्पेशलाइज्ड एजेंसीज, ऑब्जर्वेंस ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट्स एंड फंडामेंटल फ्रीडम्स. ये नहीं है. डी इज़ द आंसर. ऑब्जर्व नहीं करता. Next is 9. Just cogence denotes pre-exemplary norms of international law. C is the answer. Next is 11. Succession of government means change of external sovereignty or internal sovereignty through constitutional or revolutionary processes. B is the answer. Next is 12. Dualism denotes that international law and state law represents two entire distinct legal systems. A is the answer. Next 13. In spite of the fact that veto is inconsistent with the principle of sovereign equality of law of all members, veto is vested with permanent members of UN for maintaining international peace and security. B is the answer. Tata Press Limited versus Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited. D is the answer. Next 18. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights were adopted by General Assembly. B is the answer. Next 19. The tenure of judges of International Court of Justice is 9 years. D is the answer. कहाँ मेंशन किया गया? मेंशन किया गया है आर्टिकल 13 ऑफ स्टैचूट ऑफ ICJ में. और देखिए ये 2002 का पेपर है, 2006 का भी किया है और 2008 का भी किया है. 3 साल लगातार पूछा है ये. नेक्स्ट 20. नेशनल ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन वाज एस्टैब्लिश इन इंडिया ऑन. नेक्स्ट 21. विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू चाइल्ड वेलफेयर. That is UNICEF. C is the answer. यूनेस्को किसके लिए है? हिस्टोरिकल साइट्स के लिए. ILO इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, लेबर के लिए. WTO क्या है? वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ये ट्रेड के लिए है. नेक्स्ट 22. हु इज सेड टू बी द फादर ऑफ मॉडर्न इंटरनेशनल लॉ. दैट इज ग्रोशियस. B is the answer. नेक्स्ट 23. हु सेड दैट इंटरनेशनल लॉ इज द वैनिशिंग पॉइंट ऑफ jurisprudence. हॉलैंड. C is the answer. Next 24. Whom is the following was the member of International Court of Justice? डॉक्टर नागेंद्र सिंह. और ये कब से कब तक थे? ये थे 1973 से और 1988 तक. और अभी आज के टाइम पर कौन है? वो हैं जस्टिस दलवीर भंडारी. अभी 2027 तक उनका टेन्योर है. नेक्स्ट 25. द फर्स्ट सेक्रेटरी जनरल ऑफ यूनाइटेड नेशन वाज ट्रगवे ली. डी इज़ द आंसर. तो ये 2006 के पेपर में मिल जाएगा आपको. जो फॉर द मीन टाइम बनाए गए थे वो बने थे एक्टिंग सेक्रेटरी जनरल ऑफ UN ग्लैडविन जैब वो थे यूके से, फिर बने ट्रिगवेली, उसके बाद फिर डैग हैम्शकोल्ड ये हैं स्वीडन के, फिर हैमशकोल्ड के बाद बने फिर यूथांत ये म्यांमार से थे, उसके बाद बने कर्ट वाल्डेम। ओके, नेक्स्ट 26 द यूएन डे इज सेलिब्रेटेड एवरी ईयर ऑन 24 अक्टूबर, बी इज द आंसर। Next 27, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by the UN General Assembly on 10 December 1948, C is the answer. Next 28, in India, Law Day is celebrated every year on 26 November. Our constitution was adopted on this day in 1949, that's why it is Constitution Day as well. So, और इसको Constitution Day भी बोलते हैं. Next 29, which one of the following is the third generation human right? It is right to development, D is the answer. Next 30, the International Court of Justice consists of President, Vice President and 13 other members, A is the answer. आर्टिकल 13 देख सकते हैं इसके लिए आप ICJ स्टैच्यूट का. Next 31, which one of the next 31, which one is the neutralized state? Neutralized state मतलब किसी भी इसके पार्ट नहीं है, वो है ऑस्ट्रिया, A is the answer. Next 32, in the appointment of Supreme Court judge, primacy is given to the opinion of Chief Justice of India and other 3 senior judges of the Supreme Court. Chief Justice of India is the answer. ये है कॉलेजियम जो अपॉइंटमेंट करता है. ओपिनियन किसका मानते हैं? CJI का. Next 33, the quorum of International Court of Justice is 9 judges, C is the answer. Next 34, writ of mandamus is issued to enforce mandatory duties, B is the answer. Next 35, assertion, Article 21 expressly incorporates the concept of due process of law. The reason a due process of law is an attribute of liberty. Both are true and correct explanation, A is the answer. Next 36, indicate the sequence in which the following were established. तो ILO कब इस्टेब्लिश हुआ था? 1919 में. उसका हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ पर है? जिनेवा में. ICJ कब इस्टेब्लिश हुआ था? 1945 में. न्यूरमबर्ग मिलिट्री जो ट्राइब्यूनल है ये स्टार्ट हुआ था 20 नवंबर 1945 में. एंड इंटरनेशनल वॉर क्राइम ट्राइब्यूनल फॉर फॉर्मर यूगोस्लाविया इसको इस्टेब्लिश किया गया था 1993 में. 1 देखिए 1 सब में है, 3 में 1342, B is the answer. 1342. Next 37, core crimes listed in the statute of International Criminal Court are कितने हैं? 4, C is the answer. This is to first Secretary General of the United Nations. He was Trygve Lie, A is the answer. तो देखिए फॉर द मीन टाइम जो बनाए गए थे वो फर्स्ट वो थे ग्लैडविन जैब, ही वॉज फ्रॉम UK. आफ्टर दैट डैग हैम्शकोल्ड बने थे जो कि स्वीडन के थे. उसके बाद बने यूथांत, फिर कर्ट वाल्डेम. नेक्स्ट 12 मेंबर्स ऑफ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस आर इलेक्टेड फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 9 years. कहाँ प्रोवाइड किया गया है? आर्टिकल 13 ऑफ स्टैच्यूट ऑफ ICJ में. नेक्स्ट 20, मैच करना है. वर्ल्ड लाइब्रेरी डे कब होता है? 8 सितंबर को. ठीक है. यूनाइटेड नेशन डे 24 अक्टूबर. इंटरनेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स डे 10 दिसंबर एंड हिरोशिमा डे 6 अगस्त. ऑल राइट. तो इसका आंसर क्या बनेगा? इसका आंसर हो गया C, 2341. नेक्स्ट 40, ऑन विच डे एनवायरनमेंट डे इज सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन 5 जून. Next 46, which one of the following section of protection of human rights contain a function of National Human Rights Commission? That was section 12, C is the answer. Next 48, who amongst the following is known as father of law of nations? That is Grotius. Again ये 2009 का क्वेश्चन है. नेक्स्ट 3, वर्ल्ड एनवायरनमेंट डे इज सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन कब होता है? 5 जून को. जून को इसको क्या बोलते हैं? अर्थ डे भी बोलते हैं. Next, 9. Which one of the following scholars consider international law as a true law? That was Grotius. A is the answer. Next is 10. Which of the following is not a principal organ of UNO? ये कितनी बार क्वेश्चन आ चुका है ये, तो ट्रस्टीशिप काउंसिल है, इकोसॉक है, आईसीजे है, ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन नहीं है। अब ये क्या हो गया, ह्यूमन राइट काउंसिल हो गया है, चेंज हो चुका है, कमीशन की जगह काउंसिल कर दिया गया है, तो डी इसका आंसर रहेगा। नेक्स्ट है 11. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कैन एनफोर्स द जजमेंट ऑफ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस? देखिए, उसको एनफोर्स कोई भी नहीं करवा सकता, दे कैन ओनली रिक्वेस्ट द पार्टीज टू एनफोर्स इट। आंसर क्या रहेगा इसका? डी। आईसीजे का हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ पर है? हेग में। हेग कहाँ पर है? और हॉलैंड या फिर नेदरलैंड्स। नेक्स्ट 12. इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल कोर्ट इज लोकेटेड एट? देखिए, इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल कोर्ट इज ऑल्सो इन हेग। बी इज द आंसर। हेग कहाँ पर बताया? हॉलैंड या फिर नेदरलैंड्स। नेक्स्ट 13. द नेम ऑफ फर्स्ट वुमेन जज ऑफ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस इज रोसलिन हिगिंस। ए इज द आंसर। Next 28. Which one of the following is not listed as source of international law in the statute of ICJ? तो treaties हैं, customs है, precedents हैं, all of the above. D इसका आंसर रहेगा, none of the above. तो not listed पूछा है तो सारे listed हैं ये। Next 29. Member of International Court of Justice are elected for a period of 9 years. D is the answer. और ये कहाँ प्रोवाइड किया गया? प्रोवाइड किया गया है आर्टिकल 13 ऑफ स्टैच्यूट ऑफ ICJ में। Next 33. On which of the following dates Law Day is celebrated? It is celebrated on 26 November. C is the answer. 26 नवंबर को हमारा जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन जो है अडॉप्ट किया गया था 26 नवंबर 1949 को। Next 43. Which one of the following is the correct statement? Customary international law of treaties was codified in the Vienna Convention 1980. A is the answer. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 क्या कह रहा है देखिए, विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज नॉट वन ऑफ द प्रिंसिपल ऑर्गन ऑफ UN? तो कौन सा नहीं है? इकोनॉमिक सोशल काउंसिल है, ट्रस्टीशिप है, ICJ है, एंड जो ये ILO है ये नहीं है। सी इसका आंसर रहेगा। नेक्स्ट टू ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेजेस ऑफ द यूनाइटेड नेशन आर फ्रेंच एंड इंग्लिश। तो डी इज द आंसर। नेक्स्ट 12. इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस देयर आर प्रेसिडेंट, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट एंड 13 जजेस। तो टोटल होते हैं 15। डी इज द आंसर। वेयर इज द सीट ऑफ ICJ? इन हेग। हेडक्वार्टर जो है हेग में है, नेदरलैंड्स। नेक्स्ट 13. इंटरनेशनल ह्यूमन राइट डे सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन 10th December. बी इज द आंसर। नेक्स्ट 14. द हेडक्वार्टर ऑफ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस इज एट हेग। देखिए क्वेश्चन भी आ गया यहाँ पर। ये हेग कहाँ पर है? हॉलैंड। नेदरलैंड्स भी बोलते हैं, सेम नेम है। नेक्स्ट 47. द चार्टर ऑफ यूनाइटेड नेशन वाज साइंड एट सैन फ्रांसिस्को ऑन June 26, 1945. A is the answer. Next 48. Where the head office of the United Nations is situated? It is in New York. C is the answer. Next 49. How many members are in the Security Council? 15. D is the answer. Next 50. Which one of the following article of the United Nations Charter is related to the procedure of voting? That is Article 18. Next 27. Which amendment added fundamental duties? It was 42nd Amendment Act. A is the answer. Article 51A was inserted, and now there are 11 duties. Earlier there was 10. One was added by 44th Amendment. Next 28. The ex officio chairman of Council of States is Vice President. C is the answer. Next 29. Stockholm Conference on Human Environment was held in year 1972. B is the answer. Next 30. In India, Law Day is celebrated every year on 26 November because on this day our constitution was enacted. Next 31. Which one of the following organization is directly related to child welfare? That is UNICEF. B is the answer. Next 32. The theory of social engineering was propounded by Roscoe Pound. C is the answer. Next 33. A secular state is which remains neutral to religion. D is the answer. Next 35. Which country is not a permanent member of UN Security Council? ये भी मैंने बताए थे. USA है, UK है, रशिया है, फ्रांस है, जर्मनी नहीं है. C is the answer. Next 36. In which year Copenhagen Summit Conference on Climate Change was held? Held in 2009. C is the answer. Next 37. Which article of the Charter of the UN permitted right to self-defense? That is Article 51. B is the answer. Next 21. The action required to carry out the decision of Security Council for the maintenance of international peace and security shall be taken by which of the following? All the members of UN and some of them as Security Council may determine. A is the answer. Next 22. Where the seat or headquarters of International Court of Justice? It is in Hague. It is in Holland, or we call it also Netherlands. Next 23. Who wrote the limits of jurisprudence defined? That was Bentham. Jeremy Bentham. A is the answer. Next question number 4. Which one of the following is not an essential element of state in international law? Armed forces is not an essential. So B is the answer. Next question number 5. The name of the first woman judge of International Court of Justice, Rosalind Higgins. A is the answer. Next is 7. Read the following carefully. Statement दी हुई है. Recognition is a process through which a political community acquires international personality by becoming a member of the family of nation. Yes, it is correct. Hegel, Ancelotti, Oppenheim are chief exponents of constructive theory of recognition. This is also correct. Both 1 and 2 are correct. C is the answer. Next is question number 8. Who said inclusion of any matter in the agenda of General Assembly? Discussion on it, its study or passing of general resolution would not amount to intervention. ये कहा था प्रोफेसर क्विंसी राइट ने. B is the answer. Next 23. The world chairman of International Human Rights Commission. उस टाइम पर डॉक्टर मोहम्मद सलीम. आज के टाइम पर कौन है चेयरमैन ऑफ इंटरनेशनल ह्यूमन राइट कमीशन? उनको बोलते हैं सेक्रेटरी जनरल भी बोलते हैं. तो ही इज़ रफेल Marcin Vasik. He is from Poland. Okay. And UN Human Rights Commission के हेड कौन है? होते हैं प्रेसिडेंट. At the moment is Vaclav Belic. Okay. And UN Human Rights Council का हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ है? जिनेवा में, स्विट्जरलैंड. Next is 24. National Green Tribunal Act was passed in year 2010. B is the answer. Next is 25. Under which article United Nations Charter Security Council has power to use the force against the state? Article 42. D is the answer. Next is 26. Where is the World Trade Center in India? It is in Noida. A is the answer. Next is 27. Justice Dalveer Bhandari is the judge in the International Court of Justice, and his current tenure is from 2018 to 27. Next is 28. Which of the following declaration deals exclusively with the peaceful settlement of international disputes? It is Manila Declaration, Paris Declaration about Maritime Law, UN Declaration 43 की नहीं है, 42 की है. 1 जनवरी 1942 को डिक्लेरेशन हुई थी. Moscow Declaration 1943 is about to free Austria after World War II. Next is 29. Which of the following method of settlement of international dispute has been expressly recognized in the Constitution of India? It is arbitration, mentioned in Article 51, Clause D, DPSP में. Next is 47. Who can seek advisory opinion from International Court of Justice according to UN Charter? Security Council, General Assembly, other organs, Special Agency of UN. ऑल ऑफ द अबव। एंड ये कहाँ पर दिया गया है? ये दिया गया है आपके आर्टिकल 96 ऑफ यूएन चार्टर में। नेक्स्ट इज 48, हु कैन एक्सपेल स्टेट फॉर मेंबरशिप ऑफ यूएन? जनरल असेंबली ऑन द रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ सिक्योरिटी काउंसिल, डी इज द आंसर। कहाँ पर मेंशन है? आर्टिकल 6 ऑफ यूएन चार्टर अगेन। Next is 49. Which article of the United Nations Charter empowered the Security Council to implement judgment of the International Court of Justice? It is Article 94. C is the answer. Next is 50. Which of the following case is related to prize courts? Is it Zamora case? SS Lotus case was about Permanent Court of International Justice. Re Castioni, it was a case on extradition.
Question number 6. Territorial water limit of India is 12 nautical miles. Very simple question of international law. Okay, now the question number 7th. Which one of the following rules is related to extradition? So here it is asked about the rules of extradition. So before coming to the rules, one must know that what is the meaning of extradition. In Hindi, extradition is called pratyarpan. ठीक है? So what is its meaning? That when an individual who is charged with a crime in one state flees to the another state, then the state requests the other state where the individual has fled to send him back so that he can stand a trial for his crime. So basically, in simple terms, the state asks for his fugitive criminal to be sent back. Okay, and extradition and asylum are generally confusing terms, and so you must understand that in asylum, person is basically, the criminal is basically afraid of being prosecuted in his home state, so that is why he runs away from his home state to some state where he can get some protection. Okay, and this is not the case in extradition. Now one more important question that can come, the difference between extradition and asylum was discussed in which case, which was Colombia versus Peru, 1950. Okay, so the difference of asylum and extradition was discussed in this case. And one more term that is related to that extradition and can be confusing to you people is expulsion. This can also confuse you. So extradition is when a country requests for his fugitive criminal to be returned to that state, and expulsion happens when an individual violates the immigration laws. Okay, so then he is expelled. Now the difference of expulsion and extradition was discussed in the case of Hans Mueller of Nuremberg versus Superintendent Presidency Jail, Calcutta and others, 1955. Okay, the difference of expulsion and extradition was in this case, Hans Mueller of Nuremberg versus Superintendent Presidency Jail, Calcutta and others, year 1955. Okay, so the meaning of extradition is clear, I guess. Now in extradition, there are certain rules which the government has to follow. These rules are rule of number 1, treaties. Okay, then the rule of speciality, then rule of double criminality, and there is one more thing, that the government has a right to reject the request of extradition. Okay, and in India, the rule of extradition is governed by the Extradition Act of 1962. All right, so what should be the answer here? Option C is the right answer. Now, who defined neutrality as the attitude of impartiality adopted by third states towards belligerents and recognized by belligerents? Such attitude creating rights and duties between impartial states and the belligerents. So the right answer here is L. Oppenheim. L. Oppenheim, he defined neutrality. He has given this definition. The next question is, which of the following is not a specialized agency of United Nations? So United Nations specialized or agencies, UNESCO, yes it is. ILO, International Labour Organization, this is also specialized agency. But Economic and Social Council, this is not a specialized agency. So guys, as you know that United Nations was formed to solve the economic, social, cultural and humanitarian problems through international cooperation. Okay, and for that purpose a number of specialized agencies have been set up to achieve the goal of solving such problems. So the option is this, Economic and Social Council, because it is not the agencies are formed in United Nations with the help of this council. Okay, so UNESCO and International Labour Organization are specialized agencies. These specialized agencies जो हैं are formed by Economic and Social Council under Article 57 and 63 of United Nations Charter. Okay, some of the specialized agencies and even the full form can be asked of them. So for example, Food and Agriculture Organization, International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, and International Labour Organization, ILO, okay, and International Monetary Fund and UNESCO. So sometimes its full form also asked, and like that, WHO, World Health Organization. Now the next question is also related to United Nations, on whom the members of United Nations confer primary responsibility for the maintenance of international peace and security. So security, international peace and security, so Security Council. The right answer is option A, Security Council. Now the next question is, Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations 1961 came in the force on which date? So the right option is option C, 24th April 1964. The next question is, who made the observation jurisprudence is lawyer's extraversion? So this term was given by Julius Stone. Okay, Julius Stone gave this term. Next question is also related to jurisprudence, which is not a jural correlative in the following pairs: right, duty, immunity, disability, liberty, no right, power and disability. So here the right answer is power and disability, but you must know the formula to learn these terms. Jural correlatives should be learned like this: CLPIDNLD. Claim, liberty; power, immunity; duty, no claim; liability and disability. So here the claim or right, you can say right, whichever option you want to use here you can use. So jural correlative, so right and duty. Okay, now liberty and no right. Okay, power and liability, and immunity and disability. So all are right and duty, the first option. Okay, now liberty and no right, liberty and no right, second thing. Immunity and disability, immunity and disability. Okay, and power and disability. So confusion is creating here in these two options, but as I have given you this formula, so there is no confusion now. So the right answer is power and disability. This is not the jural correlative. What is the right jural correlative? Immunity, power and liability. The next question is, the Commission on the Status of Women was established by Economic and Social Council. So there are basically 6 main bodies of United Nations. And what are they? That is General Assembly, then Security Council, then Economic and Social Security Council, then Trustship Council, then ICJ, and then Secretariat. Okay, so here the question is asked: the Commission on the Status of Women was established by, so this was established by Economic and Social Council. Now, which of the following can enforce the judgment of ICJ, International Court of Justice? General Assembly on a recommendation of Security Council, no. Secretary General, no. The right answer is Security Council on the request of International Court of Justice. Now, the next question is question number 16th. National Human Rights Commission in India came into the force. The right answer is 28th September 1993. Human Rights Commission. Now, the next question. The recommendations of National Human Rights Commission is it binding, or is it advisory, or is it both A and B, or none of the above? So the recommendations are always advisory and cannot be binding. Okay, the right answer is advisory. Recommendations of Human Rights Commission are always advisory. The next question is: the headquarters of World Bank is situated in Washington DC. So for the examination point of view, you must remember the main headquarters of main agencies of United Nations. For example, the headquarters of WHO is in Geneva, Switzerland. Okay, this one is very much important. Then the headquarters of UNICEF is in New York, USA. Then the headquarters of United Nations Organization, where is its headquarters, is New York City, USA. Then United Nations Security Council, UNSC, this one is also in New York. Then International Labour Organization, that one is in Geneva. Okay, UNESCO is in Paris, France. Okay, so you must remember the headquarters of main agencies at least. So question number 18th, which is the headquarters of a World Bank, is situated in Washington DC. Basically, most of the headquarters are either in Washington DC or in Geneva or in Paris. 29th question: in which organ of United Nations the membership has been enlarged twice by amending the United Nations Charter? International Court of Justice, Security Council, Trusteeship Council, and Economic and Social Council. Then the right answer is Economic and Social Council. Question number 31. Which one of the following is not permanent member of United Nations Security Council? Then the right answer is Japan. The other three are permanent members. Now question number 44. Which convention was related to prisoners of war, cruelty and collective penalties and formulated for providing medical and other facilities to the prisoners of war? Option A, Kellogg-Briand Paris Pact, Geneva Convention, Declaration of Paris, या फिर Hague Conference. Then the right answer is Geneva Convention. This convention was actually related to providing medical and other facilities to the prisoners of war. And what about Kellogg-Briand Paris Pact? This was related to multilateral agreement to eliminate the war in national policy. And this Declaration of Paris Pact, ये थी maritime law पे. And the Hague Convention, this was related to conduct of warfare. Now let's come to question number 47th. What is the right sequence of the following? United Nations Declarations, Atlantic Charter, Declaration of St. James Palace, and San Francisco Conference. Then the United Nations Declarations, these were held on 1st of January 1942. And Atlantic Charter held in 14/8/1941. And San Francisco Conference 25th of April 1945. And Declaration of St. James Palace, it was held on 12th June 1941. Then correct sequence according to the dates is option number A, 3, 2, 1 and 4. And similarly, if Some other names also come. For example, Moscow Declaration that was held on October 1943 and Tehran Conference December 1943. These conferences are also related to this sequence only. Now question number 50. Auto limitation theory is related to succession, recognition, state jurisdiction, or option D, regarding the basis of international law. Right answer is option number D.
Question number 1 is who can expel a state from membership of United Nations? General Assembly, Security Council, या फिर General Assembly upon recommendation of Security Council, या General Assembly upon recommendation of Secretary General. इसका आंसर क्या रहेगा? General Assembly upon recommendation of the Security Council. C is the answer. And where it is mentioned in Article 6 of UN Charter. Alright. Next question number 2. In which case it was decided that foreign sovereign living in England incognito is entitled to claim sovereign immunity in court? It was Miguel versus Sultan of Johor. A is the answer. Next question number 6. The principle of rebus sic stantibus connotes avoidance or termination of treaty due to fundamental changes in circumstances. D is the answer. Next is 7. United Nations has recently proclaimed the following as International Yoga Day, 21st June. A is the answer. Next is 38. Justice retired Dalveer Bhandari is presently a judge in International Court of Justice. At that time, his term was up to 2018, but he was re-elected from 2018, and now he will lead up to 2027 tak. B is the answer. Next is 39. United Nations Human Rights Council is a subsidiary body of General Assembly. C is the answer. Next is 40. In July 2014, Permanent Court of Arbitration resolved the maritime border dispute between India and Bangladesh. C is the answer. Next is 41. Which of the following cases does not relate to de facto recognition of a state? It is SS Lotus case. B is the answer because it is on jurisdiction. Next is 42. Which of the following may request the International Court of Justice to give an advisory opinion? General Assembly or Security Council, both can do. C is the answer. एंड ये प्रोविजन कहाँ पर मेंशन? ये मेंशन है आर्टिकल 96 ऑफ यूएन चार्टर. ऑलराइट, सी इज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट इज 43. To commemorate establishment of UNO in year 1945, United Nations Day is celebrated every year on 24th October. B is the answer. Next is 44. Judges of International Court of Justice are elected for a term of 9 years. A is the answer. And ये कहाँ पर mention है? ये mention किया गया है आर्टिकल 13 of ICJ statute में. A is the answer. Next is 45. The rule of neutrality were codified in year 1856 and 1907. B is the answer. Next is 46. Whom the following was the first human rights high commissioner of United Nations? It was Jose Ayala Lasso. C is the answer. Next is 47. The principle of non-intervention by states has been incorporated in which article of United Nations Charter? It is mentioned in Article 2, Clause 7. A is the answer. Next is 48. The state is admitted to the membership of United Nations by General Assembly after approval from Security Council. B is the answer. And ये कहाँ पर mention किया गया है? ये mention है Article 4 of UN Charter. Next is 49. The Parliament of India passed the Suppression of Unlawful Act Against Safety of Civil Aviation Act 1982 to give effect to this international convention. It was Montreal Convention. D is the answer. Next is question number 50. Judges of the ICJ are elected by General Assembly and Security Council, and it is mentioned in Article 8 of ICJ statute. Next question number 16. An introduction to the principle of morals and legislation was authored by. Next 27. UN Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by General Assembly United Nations on 10 December 1948. C is the answer. The same question was asked in 2019. Next 28. Which one of the following is not a principal organ of United Nations? It is Human Rights Commission. D is the answer. Next 29. Which of the following provision of Advocate Act Supreme Court has power to decide upon professional misconduct of an advocate? It is in section 38. D is the answer. Next is 30. Who is the writer of a book De Jure Belli Ac Passis? ह्यूगो ग्रोशियस, फादर ऑफ इंटरनेशनल लॉ बोलते हैं इनको, फादर ऑफ इंटरनेशनल लॉ is the answer. Next is 31. Which one of the following jurist is the exponent of historical school? That is Savigny. B is the answer. Next is 32. By which amendment of the constitution the word socialist secular were added in the preamble? देखिए preamble अभी पूछा था कितनी बार अमेंड किया गया, तो 1 वहाँ भी बताया था मैंने, 42nd अमेंडमेंट से एक ही बार उसको ऐड किया गया, तो ये वर्ड्स वहाँ पर अमेंड किए गए, इंसर्ट किए गए थे. सी इज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट is 33. Indian Constitutional Assembly adopted Jan Gan Man Adhinayak Jai Hai as a national anthem on 24 January 1950, 24 January 1950 is the answer. Next question 35. Which of the following cases the Supreme Court held that Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri would not amount to title within the meaning of Article 18 of Constitution of India, that was Balaji Raghavan versus Union of India. B is the answer. Next is 36. In which of the following years Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women was adopted by UN General Assembly? It was in 1979. D is the answer. Next is 37. Montreal Protocol is related to ozone layer. So B is the answer. Next is 38. Ownership to patent, copyright, trademark and right to an easement is called as incorporeal ownership. A is the answer. Next is 39. The non-permanent members of Security Council are elected for 2 years. B is the answer. एंड ये कहाँ पर मेंशन किया गया? ये मेंशन किया गया आपके आर्टिकल 23 यूएन चार्टर में. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 40. द हेडक्वार्टर्स ऑफ वर्ल्ड इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विपो इज लोकेटेड इन Geneva. D is the answer. Same question was asked in 2019. Next question number 41. Interpol means International Crime Police Organization. C is the answer. Next is 42. Law Day is celebrated in India on 26 November. And ये स्टार्ट कब से हुआ था ये सेलिब्रेट करना? 1979 से. क्वेश्चन पूछा गया 2018-19 में भी. Next is 46. Copyright in India subsist for 60 years. C is the answer. Next is question number 47. The limits of territorial water in the case of India has been extended to 12 nautical miles. B is the answer. So first question in the part 1 is, judges of International Court of Justice are elected by Security Council, General Assembly upon recommendation of Security Council या फिर independently of one another. तो इसका आंसर क्या रहेगा? Independently of one another. और ये कहाँ पर मेंशन किया गया? ये मेंशन किया गया है आर्टिकल 8 ऑफ स्टैट्यूट ऑफ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस. डी इसका आंसर रहेगा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. शारदा एक्ट 1930 deals with child marriage. Alright, and when it came into effect, it came into force on 1st April 1930. So ये भी कभी कोई पूछ लेते हैं एग्जाम में for GK. Alright, B is the answer. Next is 3. नेक्स्ट इज 19. द टर्म ऑफ जजेस ऑफ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस इज 9 ईयर. और ये कहाँ पर मेंशन है? ये मेंशन किया गया है आपके आर्टिकल 13 ऑफ स्टैट्यूट ऑफ ICJ में. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 20. हु अमंग द फॉलोइंग जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया हैज बीन री इलेक्टेड एज जज ऑफ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस? इट वाज जस्टिस दलवीर भंडारी. सो डी इज द आंसर. एंड टर्म कितना इनका? 18 से 27 तक है वो अभी. ये क्वेश्चन भी 2019 में पूछा गया था. डी इज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट इज 21. EVM रेफर्स टू इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वोटिंग मशीन. सी इज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट इज 23. In India, celebration of 26 November of every year as Law Day was started from year 1979. So D is the answer. Next is 34. Legal Aid Day celebrated on, कब सेलिब्रेट करते हैं? ये करते हैं 9th नवंबर को. ए इसका आंसर रहेगा. 26 नवंबर को क्या होता है? लॉ डे. एंड लीगल एड डे कब है? 9th नवंबर को. ऐसी क्वेश्चन नंबर 39. हेडक्वार्टर ऑफ वर्ल्ड इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज लोकेटेड इन जिनेवा. डी इज द आंसर. शॉर्ट फॉर्म क्या बोलते हैं इसको? वीपो. अब इसके हेड कौन है? डैरेन टैंग, डायरेक्टर जनरल. D is the answer. Next question number 40. Which of the following is not a chief organ of United Nations? That is ILO. International Labour Organization is not a chief organ. So A इसका आंसर रहेगा. यूनाइटेड नेशन के हेड कौन है इस टाइम पर? एंटोनियो गुतारेस. एंड ILO के हेड कौन है अभी? गाय राइडर. ILO का हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ पर है? जिनेवा में. A is the answer. Next is 41. Which of the following countries is not a permanent member of UN Security Council? तो वो नहीं है स्पेन. D is the answer. बाकी ये तीनों परमानेंट मेंबर्स हैं. Next is 42. Who among the following has the National Integration Council of India? It is Prime Minister. C is the answer. Next is 43. On which date did the United Nations adopt the Universal Declaration on Human Rights? It was 10 December 1948. D is the answer. Next question is question number 2. Which of the following case has been decided by the International Permanent Court of Justice? That was SS Lotus. और ये कब डिसाइड हुआ था? 1926 में. कोरफू चैनल केस was decided by ICJ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस, और ये कब से कब तक चला था? 1947 से 49 तक. पैकेट हबाना केस was decided by US सुप्रीम कोर्ट in 1900. एंग्लो नॉर्वेजियन फिशरीज केस, this again ICJ, and date was 1949 to 51. Next question is question number 3. Ex aequo et bono maxim is related to, किससे related है ये? Related to source of international law. And इसका मतलब क्या होता है? What is the meaning of this maxim? According to right and good means consideration of disputes on the basis of equity, justice and good conscience. यहाँ पर लिख देता हूँ according to right and good. क्या सही है और क्या अच्छा है? इसका आंसर रहेगा ए. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. इन विच ईयर WHO वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैज बीन कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड? इट वाज इन 1946. सो डी इज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. हु इज द राइटर ऑफ बुक थ्योरी ऑफ जस्टिस? इट वाज जॉन रॉल्स. सो आंसर इज ए. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. प्रिवेंशन ऑफ करप्शन अमेंडमेंट एक्ट केम इनटू फोर्स. तो कब आया था? ये आया था 26 जुलाई 2018. सी इज द आंसर. Next question number 7. Decision of International Court of Justice is signed by whom? Chairman and registrar. So it is both. C is the answer. Next question number 8. 4 words Uttaranchal. The word Uttarakhand was substituted by Uttarakhand Alteration Name Act in the year. कौन सा year था वो? That was 2006. So D is the answer. Next question number 9. The Fugitive Economic Offender Act 2018 shall be deemed to have come into force. It was came into force on 21st April 2018. So C is the answer. Next question number 10. Indian Constitution Cornerstone of a Nation book was authored by Granville Austin. So B is the answer. Next question number 11. Which one of Chief Justice of India was Vice President of India from 1979 to 84? Justice Muhammad Hidayatullah. So A is the answer. Next question number 12. Which one of the following is a neutralized state? What is neutralized state? Which is not a member of any group, such as NATO हो गया, फिर ये ऑस्ट्रेलियन ग्रुप हो गया, पैसिफिक हो गया. So it is Switzerland. Answer is D. Next question number 13. What is the width of excluded economic zone in international law? It is 200 nautical miles. So D is the answer. Next question number 14. A person born not in the country of his parents would be national of the country where he is born on the basis of principle of just solely. मतलब where he is born, he will get the nationality of that country. And what if that person try to get the nationality of the country where his parents are born? That is just sanguinis. For example, 2 Indian parents, they went to Canada and over there they gave birth to a child. Now that child get the Canadian citizenship, and later on if that child wants to leave the Canadian citizenship and want to get the Indian citizenship, then would be on the basis of just sanguinis. Next question number 15. Asylum stops where extradition begins. The above statement was made by Stock. So B is the answer. Next question number 16. Declaring a diplomat persona non grata is a right of the receiving state. Suppose he is a diplomat of US coming to Australia. Okay. So US is sending state and Australia is receiving state, and that diplomat has done something bad in Australia. So that country means Australia receiving state can declare the diplomat as persona non grata. What is persona non grata? Is a person not welcome. All right. And this maxim persona non grata meaning was asked in Haryana 2021 exam. Next question number 17. The term United Nations was suggested by Roosevelt. Okay. Who was Roosevelt? A past president of United States of America. All right. Next question number 18. The principal organ of United Nations are those who are mentioned in Article 7 of the United Nations Charter. So C is the answer. Next question number 19. In which Supreme Court case it was held that preamble is a basic structure of the Constitution? So it was Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. So B is the answer. Next question number 20. Out of the following, who has not been elected as judge of International Court of Justice? It was Ranganath Mishra was not elected as judge of International Court of Justice. So D is the answer. These all three are as part of Dr. Nagendra Singh Talvir Bhandari. all was elected as judge of International Court of Justice. Next one, 21. Which one of the following is known as Earth Summit? This was United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. So B is the answer. Next question number 22. Which is not a peaceful means of settlement of dispute under international law? It is retoration. So A is the answer. Next is 23. How many members are in Security Council? 5 permanent and 10 temporary, elected for 2 years. So C is the answer. Next question number 24. Which of the following statement is correct? The concept of citizenship is relevant to international law, या फिर irrelevant to municipal law, irrelevant to both international and municipal law, या फिर irrelevant to international law. It is irrelevant to international law. D is the answer. Why? Because citizenship is a matter of a country. It's an internal matter of a country. So international law would not be relevant over there. Next is 27. When a new state is formed through revolt, recognition usually granted is de facto. B is the answer. Next question number 31. Right in rem is available against everyone. What is rem? What is the meaning of in rem? Means right against public. And right in personam means a particular person. The answer is B. Next question 32. Who among the following put the international law as positive morality? It was Austin. So B is the answer. Next is 33. As per Indian Patents Act 1970, criteria for patentability in India are novelty, incentive, capable of industrial application, all of these. So D is the answer. Next is 34. Who is not a member of SARC in the following? So Singapore is not a member, so A is the answer. India, Pakistan, Bhutan are the members of SARC. Next is 43. Nuremberg trial, Tokyo trial, Pelias trial, Eichmann trial related to whom? War crimes. Next question number 44. Which one of the following principles are not related to recognition? It is Monroe Doctrine. So B is the answer. Now question number 45. Justice Dalveer Bhandari has re-elected as justice in International Court of Justice for a term of 18 to 27. So B is the answer. Now you can see that we have just discussed the question where it was asked that who was not elected as justice in International Court of Justice. So there was option of Dalveer Bhandari. So in the options, you can just struck out the Dalveer Bhandari. So there would be 3. And if you know about Nagendra and if you know about the other ones and not about the Justice Dalveer Bhandari, even then you can answer it from this paper only. You will get a little guess on that. It happens many times. So if you don't know about any question, just leave it for some moment, and in later on questions, maybe you find an answer for that, or maybe you get a clue for that. जीके क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 क्या कह रहा है, देखिए. विच आर्टिकल ऑफ यूएन चार्टर रिलेट्स टू डोमेस्टिक ज्यूरिसडिक्शन? तो ये दिया गया है आर्टिकल 27 में. देखिए आर्टिकल 27 यूएन चार्टर क्या कहता है? नथिंग कंटेन्ड इन द प्रेजेंट चार्टर शैल ऑथराइज UN to intervene in the matter which are essentially within the domestic jurisdiction of any state. All right. And what is in Article 23? It is about the composition of Security Council. कि 5 permanent member हैं, बाकी 10 जो हैं वो non permanent member रहेंगे. What is in Article 51? It is about the inherent right to defend. Article 72 is for Economic and Social Council. Rules and procedures के बारे में है ये. All right. Next question number 2. International finance cooperation comprises of board of governors, directors, president and staff, all of the above. D is the answer. इसका हेडक्वार्टर्स कहाँ पर है? इसका है वॉशिंगटन DC में. इसके जो हेड होते हैं वो कौन होता है? इज चेयर्ड बाय प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ वर्ल्ड बैंक. बाकी इसमें जो CEO हैं इस टाइम पर, इसके CEO एंड वाइस प्रेसिडेंट वो है मुख्तार दियोब. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. उत्तराखंड डे स्टेट फाउंडेशन डे सेलिब्रेटेड ऑन. अब देखिए आप उत्तराखंड का पेपर देने जा रही है तो पता ही होना चाहिए 9 नवंबर. बी इज द आंसर. मैंडेटरी है पता होना. 9 नवंबर 2000 में जो है इस्टेब्लिश हुआ था उत्तराखंड, उत्तरांचल के नाम से. बाद में इसको अमेंड करके इसका नाम चेंज कर दिया गया. Next question number 11. Who among the following is not the exponent of dualism theory? Trypal, Ancelotti, Oppenheim are the exponents of dualism theory, and Dewey was not. So D is the answer. Dualism theory of international law. ये यहाँ पर लिखा नहीं है. This is the full form of this dualism theory. Next question number 14. The term embargo of international law is of which origin? It is of Spanish origin. So D is the answer. Next is question number 15. Who coined the term international law? It was coined by Jeremy Bentham. C is the answer. Next is 36. Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by United Nations General Assembly on 10 December 1948. C is the answer. Next is 37. WTO was established. World Trade Organization WTO was established on 1st January 1995. D is the answer. WTO का हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ पर है? It is in Geneva, Switzerland, obviously. And who is the Director General? मतलब हेड ऑफ WTO. शी इज डॉक्टर नगोजी कोंजो इवेला. शी इज फ्रॉम नाइजीरिया. आंसर रहेगा डी. नेक्स्ट 38. द टेन्योर ऑफ जजेस ऑफ इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस इज 9 years. डी इज द आंसर. अगेन a repeat question from previous year papers questions. Next 39. The headquarters of UNESCO is located in Paris. B is the answer. And इसके जो हेड है मतलब डायरेक्टर जनरल वो कौन है? ऑड्रे अजोले. राइट. ये फाउंड कहाँ हुआ था? ये फाउंड किया गया था लंदन में, बट हेडक्वार्टर नाउ इज इन पेरिस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 40. टोटल नंबर ऑफ मेंबर्स ऑफ यूरोपियन यूनियन आर, देखिए क्रोशिया was the 28th member of EU who joined in 2013. Okay, but when Britain exit, तो ब्रिक्सिट का जो मामला उठा था बहुत लंबा चला था, उसके बाद अब कितने रह गए हैं? 27. सो सी वुड बी द आंसर. अब यूक्रेन को यूरोपियन यूनियन में भी मिलाने की जो है बातें चल रही हैं एंड दे हैव आल्सो साइन द एग्रीमेंट. अगर यूक्रेन आ जाएगा इसमें तो ये हो जाएंगे 28 मेंबर्स. एग्रीमेंट साइन हो चुका है लेकिन यूरोपियन यूनियन से जो है अभी पास नहीं हुआ है. एट प्रेजेंट दे आर 27 मेंबर्स. तो सी इज द आंसर. इसी 42. Which of the following is a series of military tribunals held following World War II by Allied forces under international law and law of war? It was Nuremberg trials. Nuremberg कहाँ पर है? ये है जर्मनी में. Beautiful place to see. Okay, what is Eichmann trial? Eichmann is said to be the cruelest Nazi of all time. He was charged for the war crimes. So friends, ये थे all the questions of international law, jurisprudence and GK of Uttarakhand Judicial Services, जो कि हमने पूरे डिस्कस कर लिए हैं फ्रॉम द ईयर 2002 टू 2022. अगर आपको इसमें कोई कमी लगी हो, कुछ सजेशंस और कोई एडवाइस हो तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में जाकर भी लिख सकते हैं. वी ऑलवेज अप्रिशिएट योर कमेंट्स एंड फीडबैक. And friends, if you like the efforts, kindly give a super thanks. Super thanks is a way to help the content creator. Means if you like the videos, you can just donate some money to them in form of tips. Minimum starts with 20. Minimum is 20 rupees. And अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी इसको जरूर लाइक कीजिएगा. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. And while subscribing, don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of our upcoming videos. So friends, thank you. Thanks very much for watching this video. Thank you.